So in our previous session, we indexed 37 empty product fields and they were null, but by the end of this video, every single one will be populated, extracted directly from the PDF text by GPT 4.1. This is the core of the whole project. So let's do it. Now, here's what's happening during the indexing. Indexer will read each PDF from the blob storage, extract the text, and run a skill set pipeline. In earlier video, we had only one skill, key phrase extraction. Now we'll add another skill, second skill called Custom WebAPSkill. This skill set sends the raw PDF text to our Azure function, the function called GPT 4.1, with a prompt that says extract these 37 fields as JSON. GPT will return the structured data, the function will parse it, and indexer maps each field into the search index. So one skill, 37 fields, fully automated. So now let's go ahead and create an Azure Function app in our Azure portal. Click on create. We'll use the flex consumption plan, resource group selected. We'll put our contours of paint function, choose central US as the data center, runtime stack, we'll use it at .NET. And then, yeah, click on review plus create and click on create. So this will take a few seconds to deploy it. So now the Azure function is created. We can click on go to resource and you can see the Azure Function app has been created. Now in next step, we'll deploy that Azure function from our VS Code. Okay, now in our VS Code, open the past product JSON. Here you will notice some constants we have created. One is the OpenAI endpoint. This is the OpenAI project that we created. So we'll add that endpoint which we saved in Notepad. And then we'll add the deployment ID, which is our model name. And then API key will be the key which we saved in our OpenAI project. Now make sure you're logged into your Azure. So if you're not, it will not be able to deploy. So use AZ login command to log into your appropriate Azure subscription where you want to deploy this Azure function. So navigate to the product extraction function and execute this command to deploy our Azure app. Now this will build, package and deploy the function to Azure. Should take about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, so the Azure function has been completely successfully deployed. This is our function URL. We also need the key. So to access the Azure function app, so we'll execute this command to find out the URL along with the key to access access this Azure function. Copy this URL and then open the skillset.extraction.json file, and in here we'll replace it with this particular URI. Yeah. Now this is the skill set, second skill set which we have added to call this web API, meaning we'll be calling this Azure function, and then this Azure function will return the JSON data, and that JSON data will be extracted. So skew field from the JSON will be extracted into the extracted underscore skew fields. So we have created such mappings for the remaining fields as well. Now we'll use this skill set file into our existing skill set. So let's navigate to the Azure portal. Now, once let's check the Azure function which has been deployed. So you can see our function has been deployed. Let's go back to our search service and then we'll update the skill set from the skillset.json file with the web API. So let's copy paste over here and click on save, and that skill set will be saved. Second file will be the indexer.extraction.json, so which will update as well with the new fields that are being indexed. So go to indexer, select this file and edit, click on edit as JSON and replace the file over here. So in here we have added more fields for the second skill sets where we have created the input field mappings and then corresponding output field mappings for that. And we'll specify the skill set name that needs to be used. So click on save. This will save the indexer, and again once you save it, it will run the indexer again. So let's reset it, and then we can click on run again. So now indexer will start running it. It should take few seconds, probably more than what it ran here, because we have added a additional skill set over here. Okay, so the indexer has completed indexing the documents with a success. Let's navigate back to indexes and let's evaluate the results. So I'll perform a search, and now we can see that successfully all those fields from the document are now successfully indexed. And all these values are coming from the Azure functions via PDF files. So we have 37 product fields, 10 documents, all extracted by GPT 4.1 and all searchable.